You want to develop systems and process and have the assets that are performing well. So that way you can have the peace of mind. It's not just about making money, it's about peace of mind. And, the financial independence part, life goes like this. I woke up yesterday and I was 20. Today I'm almost 40. I don't know what happened. It goes that fast. So you don't want to miss out on stuff. And if you're going to pursue this business as a career, the purpose is to get into this particular business, acquire assets, and then disappear. It's not so that you be running your next deal until you're 75 years old. You're supposed to get to the point where you're financially independent. You can live and enjoy comfortably. That's the thought process that I have with everything that I do. So that's what I try and help people get to. Now, does everyone agree with me? No. Some people just want to make $500,000 a year and just be happy with that. Some people realize that they can live off of $300,000 a year and quiet and peaceful. It just kind of depends on what your thought process is.
And then there's the Grant Cardones in the world that have to have their own G5.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not knocking him. It's a very nice jet. He wrote the whole thing off. It's a good strategy.
But, and again, I mean, what you just alluded to is he didn't go out and create $63 million in cash and then go spend it on a jet. The way he bought that was he had a tax liability, and to offset that tax liability, bought himself a jet. So who paid for that jet?
All of his business assets did. And that's the rich dad, poor dad philosophy. Get your assets up, let your assets pay for your toys. Part of his story I thought was interesting is he was willing to live in his car with his wife for a number of years or however long it was. I don't know if you know the exact time, but he was living in his car so that way he didn't have to go get a job, so he can maintain his entrepreneurial vision. Looked like it worked out pretty good for him.
That I did not know. But then again, every single time I talk to you, I learn something new.
Yeah. Well, he's my uncle, so I have some insider.
Uncle Grant. Yep. So, let me ask you, because, obviously, when you're financing deals, we're planning for this market to tick down for the next 3 to 4 years. Where do you see the future of the real estate business going, both short term over the next 2 or 3 years, and then of course long term when the market bottoms out and starts to recover?
So I think right now the opportunity is going to be, if your nose is to the grindstone, I think that there's going to be a lot of wholesale opportunities, going to be a lot of short sale opportunities. And if you have the stomach for doing that side of the business, of course it's profitable. It does take a little bit of time to get it going. From my experience, everyone that I've seen do that strategy, it takes them probably 12 months because it takes 6 months just to negotiate with the bank. On day number 181 is where they finally crack and go, all right, you've been calling me every day for 6 months. What do you want? I'd like to negotiate about this transaction. And then they finally just give you the opportunity, because the reality is these institutional lenders, they can't afford to have a non-performing asset on their books. They want to get it off as soon as possible, but they're going to wait the 6 months as part of their guidelines. And then for whatever reason, on day number 181, that's what they turn around and they say, all right, what do you want? I'll offer you 20 cents on the dollar. Let's make it 25 and go ahead and close. Then you get the contract, then you're off to the races. So there's going to be tons of opportunities like that. I would encourage you guys to be out there just networking as often as possible, looking for the wholesalers that are dealing with the distressed assets, and just let them know that you have a capital partner behind you that you can, I just raised another 100 million for this exact type of asset class that's going to be for everyone that has the type of transactions that I'm talking about. So in the next 2 to 3 years, I think we're going to have an incredible opportunity to buy the real estate distressed, renovate it to the point where you can refinance it up to a 60 or 70 leverage and build your portfolios. Why can't you guys grab 1 3-family property a month for the next 36 months? If you do that, it'll change your entire life. And then if you lever it correctly, when it starts to go back up, it'll just appreciate, and there's going to be an opportunity there to refinance and get higher leverage, pull some more cash out of the properties and continue the process. But I think right now is that moment where in the next 36 months, you can literally build a portfolio that you can live off of for the rest of your life. So although the market looks like it's falling apart, that's where our opportunity is, guys. That's what we're looking for. When everyone else is worried, people like us should be going out there and saying, we're here to save the day. And that's effectively what we're doing. And we happen to be saving the day while we're getting wealthy. So that's my thought process on it. 36-month short term, you should be able to acquire a bunch of doors. I personally, as my own personal growth, I want to have another 1,000 doors in Jersey, and I'd like to have 1,000 doors in Florida as well, because I want to set myself up where by the time I'm 42 years old, I might not be able to do stuff like this because I want to be in a yacht with Mike. Sorry, nice. We don't have cell phone service. I can't hear you. We're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. I'm sorry.
That being said, do you dive at all? Are you a scuba diver?
No, I'm actually terrified of the water because I wouldn't walk around in my underwear in a safari. So I don't see the purpose of doing that kind of stuff. But if you got a spear gun, I'll come with you. We'll figure it out.
All right, baby. I'm actually leading a lobster dive on the 19th of August in West Palm.
Okay, lobsters I could do. Sharks I don't want to do so much, but lobsters I could do.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, man, it is a feast after that day.
Is it? Okay. Is it easy?
What
do you do?
I will turn you over to my instructor, and we'll get you